It's a beautiful day for remote learning, a beautiful day for a lesson. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a studently day in this beauty wood, a studently day for a lesson. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a student just like you. I've always wanted to teach in a classroom with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my student?
Hi everyone, welcome back to Miss Nichols' Neighborhood. It's me, your teacher, Miss Nickel, and I'm here with my best remote teacher helper, my sister Kaylee Nickel.
Hi.
Hi. Today's lesson is all about measurement. Specifically, we are talking about length. Length. Length is a measurement that tells how long something is. Long. Now, before we dive into seeing how we can measure the length of objects or the length of different things, let's get comfortable with saying and knowing the word length. I'm going to say the word length, then I'll point to you to say the word length. Ready? Length.
Length.
Length. Good. Again. Length.
Length.
Length. Good. Length is to measure how long something is. To describe or tell about an object's length, we are going to use words like longer. Like this boat is longer. It has more length to it. Longer. Let's make sure we're comfortable with the word longer. We're going to be using it a lot, okay? I'm going to say longer, and I'm going to point to you to say longer. Here we go. Longer.
Long.
Good. Longer.
Long.
Longer. Good. When something has more length to it, greater, bigger measurement of length, it's longer. Another word we're going to use to describe length is shorter. Okay? Let's get comfortable using the word shorter. I'm going to say shorter, and I'd like you to say shorter. Ready? Shorter.
Good.
Shorter. Good. One more time. Shorter.
Good.
Shorter. Good. Like this boat is shorter. It doesn't have as big a measurement. It's shorter. The length is smaller or shorter. So as we work on length today and describing how long objects are, we're going to be using those words longer, shorter, and we'll also use the word same. If objects have the same length, they measure the same. Okay? Let's go ahead, look up here, and get warmed up with measuring objects or describing their length, how long they are. In today's lesson, length is going to be all about measuring objects from side to side, from left to right or right to left. We're going across from the side, measuring the length of these objects. Okay? You're going to be given two objects. Like right here, I have two boats. We need to find which boat is longer, has more length, more measurement to it, and which boat is shorter, not as much length or measurement. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead, look up here at the two boats. You don't have to do this step at home. Maybe it's easy for you to see which one's longer or shorter, but just in case you need it, I'm going to show you how you can double check and find out which object is longer and which one's shorter. to find the length, I'm going to start by making sure the objects are lined up. It wouldn't be fair to measure things if they're starting at different places you're measuring them. Just like in a race, starting on the same side. I draw a line to say, oh yeah, measuring starting on the same side. Then I look at this boat, I measure it across. The length is from one edge all the way to the other edge over there. So I'm going to draw a line on the other edge of the boat to help me see, oh, this is the length of the boat. It's this long. Okay? I'm going to do the same for the next object to kind of help me compare, see the different lengths if there are different lengths. This boat, start from this side. Where does the boat end? Right there. So I'm going to draw a line right there. Help me see the length of the boat, side to side. Now, looking at these two boats, do they have the same length? Do these lines match up? Are they the same?
No.
No. Very good, Kaylee.
Okay.
Because these boats are different lengths. Okay? One boat is longer, one boat is shorter. The longer boat has more measurement to it. It's longer, more length. Looking at these two boats, Kaylee, which boat is longer, has more measurement, more length? Yes, that top one. Since it's longer, we're going to go ahead and circle it to say, this boat is longer.
Yeah.
Nice job, Kaylee. It's longer, goes all the way out here. If this boat's longer, which boat is shorter? Not as much length. Yes, that boat is shorter. Not as much length. It only measures to here. The boat's not nearly as long. It's shorter. Since it's shorter, we put an X on the boat, saying this boat is shorter. Put an X right there.
Right there.
Nice. So we've started talking about length, the measurement that tells how long something is. The length of this boat is longer than this boat. This boat is shorter. It's not as long, it's shorter. Okay? We're going to continue working on some problems where we have to compare two objects. If an object's longer, we put a circle around it. If it's shorter, we put an X on it. If the two objects have the same length, we're going to underline them. Let's go ahead. We'll move right on to the next problem.
Okay.
We're back with two more problems. Let's look at these next two problems. Let's just start with problem 2. Here I see we have two nets that we're going to compare the length of, how long or short the nets are. Again, I'm going to show you how you can help yourself see the length of objects. If you don't need this extra step of drawing the lines, I'm okay with that. But if you do need to draw lines to help you see the length, please do it, okay? So, I look up here, I see two nets. Length is measuring from side to side, left to right, or right to left. In this case, I see both the nets are lined up here on the left. So I'm going to draw a line here to help me see. Yep. I start my measuring here, and then I need to see how long, see their length across.
Ooh.
Okay, so I measure this net from the left side over to the right. Just to help me see it, I'm going to draw a line right there to say, this is the measurement of this net. I'm going to do the same for the next net. The next net. That's fun to say. Start on this side, measure it across. Where does this net end, Kaylee? Yes, right there. So I'm going to draw a line right there. It kind of helps me more easily see the measurement of these two nets. If this helps you, please do it. If you don't need it, that's okay. But now I think it's a little easier for us. Looking at these two nets, do the measurements to the side line up, or are there two different lengths, Kaylee? Are these lines in the same place or different? Make sure you put it up there so people can see it. Different. Very good. This net is only this long. This net is this long. Those are different measurements.
Okay.
Since we know they're different lengths, let's go ahead and find which one is longer and which one is shorter. Looking at these two nets, Kaylee, which net is longer, has more length to it? Yes, that one right there. So I'm going to go ahead, draw a circle around this net. It is longer. Nice. If this net is longer, which net is shorter, Kaylee? Not quite as long, not as much length. Which one? Yes, right there. So we're going to put an X on it, say that net is shorter in length. Nice job. We had two nets, compared their lengths, and found longer all the way up there and shorter. Nice work. Do you feel like we can move on to the next problem, Kaylee?
Yeah.
Yes. Make sure you're doing your best to follow along at home, answering, to the computer screen, to someone working with you, or even your head, which object is longer, shorter, or if they're the same, and then watching and following along to check your answer. Okay, let's go on to problem 3. I see we have 2 oars right here, or the paddles for the boat. Call them oars, though. 2 oars. Let's go ahead. I like to draw lines just to help me measure them. If you don't need that step, that's okay. I'm going to draw some lines to help me measure the oars. I see on here on the left side, the oars start at the same spot. That's good. When you're measuring, you want to make sure you're starting from the same spot. So I'm going to draw a line there to help see. Okay, I measure from this side to the other side. Now, Kaylee, where does this oar end? Where's the end of the oar? Right there, yes. So I'm going to draw a line for this oar to help me see. This is the length of the oar, side to side. What about the next oar, Kaylee? Where does that oar end? If I measure it across, where does it end? Yes, it ends right there. So I'm going to draw a line there to see it is this length, this long across. Now, Kaylee, looking here, we measure from side to side. Are these lines the same or different? Are they lining up, matching up? Yeah, they're lined up. That means these oars have the same length, the same measurement. You measure from this side, they both end at the same place on that side. You measure them and they're the same. Oh, since they're the same, we don't have to find which one's longer or shorter. They're both the same. There is no longer or shorter one. Since they're the same length, the same measurement of how long they are, we're going to underline or draw a line under these oars to say, oh, they're the same length. So I go ahead, I draw a line, best I can, under these oars. And that way I see, yep, these oars are the same length, the same measurement. Nice job. We've explored some problems where an object is longer or shorter and what we do when the objects are the same length. Let's get ready. We'll come back with some more problems.
Okay.
We're back with our next two problems. Let's go ahead and start by looking at problem 4 right here. Yet again, we have two objects that we need to compare the length, the measurement of how long they are from side to side, going across, at least for this lesson video, okay? So let's go ahead and look at these objects. I'm going to draw lines just to help us see the length. Again, if you don't need that step, that's okay. I'm going to help us out with it. I'm going to start by drawing a line where I see these two tree trunks line up right here. Good. So I start my measurement or comparison of these two tree trunks right here. Then, looking at this first tree trunk, I'm going to measure its length across. And I see it ends over here. So I'm going to draw a line right here to help me see its measurement, its length. Good. Now, let's look at the next tree trunk. Kaylee, if I'm measuring this tree trunk, where does it end? Starts there. Good. Starts here and goes to the very end of it right here. So I'm going to draw a line right here to help me see. Measure from here to here. So we measured from side to side. Now it's a little easier for us to see the two tree trunks' length. Looking at where we measured the tree trunks, Kaylee, are the tree trunks the same length? Do they both measure the same place? Or are they different lengths?
Okay.
Yes, different lengths. This tree trunk is only this long. This tree trunk is this long. Different lengths, different spots we measured them to. Okay? Since they're different lengths, we need to find out which one is longer and which one is shorter. Think you can help me out with it, Kaylee?
Yeah, alright.
Alright. Which tree trunk is longer, has more length to it? Yes, right there. So we're going to go ahead and draw a circle around that longer tree trunk.
Hello.
Here we go.
Okay.
Drawing a circle around that longer tree trunk. If this tree trunk's longer, which tree trunk is shorter? Not as much length. Which one? Yes, that tree trunk is shorter. It only measures to here. It's not as long. It's shorter.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead, put an X on that shorter tree trunk. Nice. Great job. We measured the tree trunk, saw they had different lengths, found the longer one and the shorter one. Let's do the same thing with problem 5, our turtles over here. Okay? Let's go ahead. We need to find which side the turtles line up from so then we can measure them from that point. Do the turtles' heads line up here? No. They line up on their tails though. So to help me measure, I'm going to draw a line on that side of their tails to see where my starting measuring point is. Right here. That's where we start measuring from. Now we look across to measure the length of each turtle.
Okay.
Looking at this turtle and now going across this way, where does this turtle end, Kaylee? Where's his head end? Yep, across to there. Good. So I'm going to draw a line there to help me see. He's this long. He's this measurement of length. Good. What about this turtle, Kaylee? Where does he end? Where's his head end?
Okay.
You measure across to there. Good. Right there. Oh, sorry, I kind of went in his head, but get the idea. Are these lines matching up? Are they the same length that they're showing or different lengths? I say they're different lengths. Look, his head's way out here. His head, his body measures just to here. These are different lines. These turtles have different lengths, different measurements across their body. Since they're different lengths, let's go ahead and find out which turtle is longer and which one is shorter. Kaylee, looking across, which turtle is longer? Yes, that turtle is longer. So I'm going to go ahead, draw a circle around that turtle. Nice job. If that turtle's longer, which turtle is shorter? Not as long across. Which one? Yes, that turtle is shorter. So we're going to go ahead, draw an X on that turtle because he's shorter. Nice job on those set of problems comparing length. We're seeing how objects have different lengths and finding which ones are longer and which ones are shorter. Kaylee and I are going to get ready and come back with our last two problems for this lesson video.
Okay.
We're back with our last two problems. Let's go ahead and look at problem number 6. Make sure you're doing your best to follow along. See if the answers you're getting are correct. Making sure you're paying attention in case we answer a question you might have, okay? Let's get some more practice. Looking up here at problem 6, I see I'm comparing the length of 2 frogs. I'm going to go ahead, draw some lines to help me show their measurements or show their length. Again, this is an extra step just to help me see it. If you don't need this step, totally fine, okay? Looking at these frogs, I see they both line up on this side. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line right here to help me say, oh, I start my measurement on this side. Now I measure across, and I see how long that frog is. And I'm going to draw a line where it ends, because that's where I'd stop measuring the frog, only to how long the frog is. Draw a line. That's the length of the frog. Let's look at the next frog. Once again, start from my first line of measurement. Measure across. Draw a line to help me see. Yep, that's the length of that frog. Now, looking very closely, where I measured them, are there different lengths or the same length? They're the same length. Yes. Look, the measurement lines line up. They're the same spot. From toe to head, they're the same length. So, since they're the same, do I have to find which one's longer or shorter? No, they're the same length. There is no longer or shorter. They're the same. When you see a problem and the objects are the same length, you underline them. Draw a line underneath. That says, hey, these frogs are the same length. Nice. Okay, we've had lots of practice measuring the length of objects. Longer, shorter, the same length. Now we have our next problem. Haley and I will make sure to give you lots of think time. This is our last problem, and we want to give you some even more time to think about and push yourself to solve this problem independently, okay? Looking up here, I see 2, I think, dragonflies we have to compare. Sorry if I'm saying the wrong name of the bug, but dragonflies, okay? Again, I'm going to help you out with the extra step. I see the dragonflies line up here. Okay, you gotta look closely. Their wings line up the same place. So I'm gonna draw a line to say, hey, this is where I start my measurement. Then I start with the first dragonfly, measure across. And I'm going to draw another line where it ends to help show that's the measurement of the length of the dragonfly right there. Yeah. Then the second dragonfly, let's measure that dragonfly across his length. Going across, I see starts here at the tip of his wing. Measure across, right there, his body ends. That's the furthest part of him. So I draw a line to show that's where my measurement of his length ends. Now, it's up to you. Do we have a longer or shorter dragonfly, or are these the same? We're going to give you some think time, finding if a dragonfly is longer, shorter, or if they're the same. We're going to be quiet, give you lots of think time. Okay, you've had some think time. If you need more time, go ahead and pause us. Okay, keep your answer in your head. Double check it as we check it, okay? I see my dragonflies. These lines of measurement do not match up. That means there are different lengths. This dragonfly has this length. This dragonfly has this length. I need to find which dragonfly is longer and which one is shorter. Kaylee, can you help me out?
Yeah.
Which dragonfly is longer, has more length to it? Yes, right there. So we circle that dragonfly. Nice job. Now, which dragonfly is shorter, Kaylee? Not as much length, not as long. Yes, right there. So we put an X through that shorter dragonfly. If that's what you said at home, if that was your answer, amazing job, yay. If you maybe got it wrong, that's okay. You can rewatch this lesson video, double check your reading or looking at the measurement and the length, their measurement across side to side very carefully, okay?
Okay.
Good luck learning all about length. Keep up the good work and just try your best. Have a great rest of your remote learning day, everyone. Bye.
Good day,